Hey guys, welcome back to the ranch. What we're working on today is a little bit of emergency. It's really hot, really humid as you can see, and we've got some well issues. Last night late we noticed that we started having a problem, some really low water pressure around midnight. So we've been working on it this morning. Okay, we're back. We went to the Home Depot, old Home Cheapo. Got some stuff, got a pump. Nobody else was open or around, so we had to drive down to Arkansas. It's about an hour and a half, hour and 40-minute drive. Went and got the stuff. Now we're back. We're gonna drill a hole in this cap, put this eye bolt through it. That will go into the nipple that should be going into the bell. We're assuming that we know what's down there. We're gonna see. And this is what we'll use to pull and lift. And this here, Elliot cut for us while we were running around. That'll slip around the pipe. It's a set of cheap slips. Hopefully it'll keep the pump and pipe from going to the bottom of the hole. So that's what we're working on. We're gonna get this drilled, make this thing up. Here's my awesome vise. Hey, I think it did it. There we go. We're gonna do that. Gonna thread this up, double nut, and we're gonna tighten them up pretty good. So they don't actually spin off. That would not be good. Oh, I'm going full on redneck here. We just make do with what we got here on the ranch, kids. Yeah, that's pretty mangled.
Those aren't coming off.
I don't think so. We'll beat the crap out of the other side for good. I don't think those are gonna come off of there. So I think we're good to go. So this is our awesome manual top drive for all you oil boys out there. All right, so the theory is that we'll be able to unthread. You know, we're not well guys. I've done a lot of pumps and a lot of irrigation, but don't mess around with too many submersible wells, at least down 300 feet. So, all right, we're gonna see if we can grab this pitless adapter that's down in here. So for you folks that don't know what a pitless is, it is, we'll try and get the camera in there for you guys. We're gonna get a light. There, that's your pitless. So we're gonna thread a pipe right in the top. Thread right into that bad chicken. The pipe wrench on. Yep. All right, let's tie ourselves a bowline knot. Bow line, which somehow turned into a bowline. All right.
She's off.
Okay. There we go. Pop the wire nuts apart. High tech.
I'll go check.
Oh. It's gonna take a lot of force to pull this thing, I can tell you right now. All right, well, something you never want to do with a crane, a boom, anything like that is be trying to break something loose, because what you'll end up doing is loading your boom with a bunch of force, and when that thing comes loose, it'll go wham, flip up, and your boom will do that. It's bad, I've seen it. So what we're gonna do, we shorten this way up so we'll have less spring back. I know this is super redneck, but it's what we got. So we're gonna set up, go through the bottom of that eye again and back over the top, so it gives us almost like block and tackle. So hopefully it'll give us enough. Got it? Totally free? Yes. Here's that shit. Okay, yeah, it's not that heavy. I got it. I got it, Alex? Oh yeah. There we go. It's pretty loose. Okay. Good. This is going to stay on this, right? Yeah. How long is our pigtail on the other pump? All right, we dropped the old turd off. Gorilla tape, baby. Just putting this thing together real quick. I'm gonna test it. Just bump it, make sure the thing functions before we trip in 400 feet of pipe. What is this, 400 or 420? 400. 400. Bump it. Oh, yeah, a little dip. Bump again. Yeah, wow, see how that thing goes. Wham! God, Gorilla tape is some gnar shit. Ugh. Watch your head, Elliot.
It's about like 8:30 and we still got 140 feet to put in, but it's going a lot quicker now. Kind of got a system going on.
Okay, we got the thing hanging back in the pitless. We got it wired up. We're gonna test it, see if it leaks or not. Let's see if you can see in there. I'll pull some wires out of the way and look again. Yeah, there it is. You can see how it hangs right there. All right, let's see it. Let's double check here. It's got 400 feet of pipe to fill. It's gonna take a minute. Get all the water out of the wellbore, which is thousands of gallons. All right, I'm standing here in the headlights of the four-wheeler. Still running. It's been a bit, it's still pretty dirty. So we're gonna let that thing run. We'll get back to you guys in the morning and see how it all turned out. Okay, well, it was a late night last night. Everything's working great. Take a look, we got some sprinklers running. We've had them going for quite some time. We're just trying to we're just cleaning the wellbore now. You know, the water's still a little brown from tannins and rust, but cleaning right up. Turned out really well. It's nice to have the water again, let me tell you. So we determined the pump that was in the hole was actually a horse and a half. You probably saw that. And we ended up replacing it with a 1 horse. It's all we could get our hands on. We were stupid and didn't have an additional spare pump sitting on the shelf in the shop for the eventuality of having it fail. So we got stuck with what we had. But I'll tell you what, that 1 horse pump is outperforming the original horse and a half, because that horse and a half, I think, has had problems since day one. So it sat in the hole for, I don't know, 8 years, unused. So, you know, anything not being used sedentary is not good, whether it be man, beast, or machine. So at any rate, we're gonna shut this thing down, get this thing set up. Look down here, you can see what happened. When it finally settled, it actually pulled this PVC, which is actually Schedule 80, pulled it right out so it exposed the wires. So we're just gonna couple it and put a little tiny piece in there. Got a coupling right here and it should be just enough. And we'll put this cap back on it. Sanitary seal. sanitary cap, and we'll be good to go. All right, let's go shut off the power, buddy.
All right.
Okay. Mocking it up. Let's see if it's gonna work here. Oh. Mock it up. So here's a little lesson, something you can learn. And it's kind of hard when you get all your wires. These wires are 400 feet long, right? If when you're putting them back on, if they even have a few kinks periodically, well, each one of those kinks in the wire, if you don't straighten them completely out and really stretch it as you're taping it on your riser pipe or your drop pipe, well, it shortens. These wires, when we pulled the pump, hung out about this far. Well, you can see how short they are now. So we got lucky that, you know, if they would have been down another foot, that would have been kind of a real pain in the butt to try and wire back up. So I think we're good. Something I've always made a habit of, if you're using wire nuts, I always make sure that they're pointing up. So the condensation, water, no matter what, right? I mean, it's underneath the cap, but I always make sure they're pointing up when they're in their final position. It's kind of like a weatherhead. If you've got a service line swung to a house, you know, you always want those in the up position than with the drip loop. Kind of the same idea. It's just a habit. Probably doesn't really matter in this situation, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay. Check that. Don't be afraid to service your own stuff. You know, we're not professional pump or well men here. Like I said before, I've had an irrigation company before. I've installed a lot of wells, but never really done a lot of submersible stuff. All the same principles apply. Head pressure, volume, you know, the amperage that your well is going to pull, your pump, I should say. You know, length of run, your vertical lift, all that stuff. Once you know it, it's all out there too on the internet. You know, you can calculate what you're going to have at the top of your well, size of your pump. You can get it all. It's all there. So, but you don't need to know all the specifics. If you're just pulling a pump and going to replace it, don't be afraid to do it. You know, we use the skid steer with the jib. That was actually kind of a pain in the butt, but it was fast. You know, you can just set up some sort of a tall tripod and, you know, tackle and block on it or something like that to pull your own well. It's not that big a deal. So don't be afraid. Give it a try. Especially, it'll save you a ton of money. You know, this probably would have been a, I don't know, $2,000–$3,000 service fee to come out, pull it, do all the stuff we did, replace the pump. So, you know, we're into it, $750 into the whole thing. That's the pump. And we got put the new starter. It was old and crappy looking. So, you know, it's the way to go. So thanks a lot here from the ranch. We'll see you on the next one when something breaks.